Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Chapter 6. Trails and Tribulations. I am the second class elitist, W. Adam Clark, and I am your Dungeon Master. Joining me tonight, we have Lost Without a Trace. We have Scorched Ace 97. We have Greymane Gaming. And we have Morton 56. Ari is off performing an opera. So, when last we met, let's see if we can remember what the characters were doing. They had just had a conversation about what to name the party in the form of what mercenary company name to try to fake.
The pickles in the pickle jar.
Pickles in the pickle jar. And they had just come back from a rather successfully unsuccessful shopping trip to Offhands. In what I am going to decide is a potentially disastrous decision that I hope to be able to reverse in the future if I decide otherwise. I'm going to decide that as the last 8 hours were not stressful or really requiring any skill, there were spells spent, sure, but they weren't actually like doing anything strenuous and or difficult or taxing. We're going to say that counted as a long resty do.
Yeah.
Because the DM is going to try to kill us now.
I mean, that might happen, or you might just try it all on your own. You never know. So, we're going to say it is right now about 2:30 in the afternoon. Everybody is back at your base. It looks like everybody is in the base, so that's good. And the floor is yours.
Okay, so just to clarify, you guys had come back and we had discussed the name. I don't think we had discussed your shopping trip much because the name was the more important thing because y'all have to go back out again.
I believe we did the name first, and then me and Cass went out for the shopping trip. And now we need to go and talk to the wallmen, tell them what our name is so that we can get our papers.
Okay.
I believe that is what we are supposed to be doing.
Right.
Okey-doke.
So we haven't yet discussed the shopping trip.
No, we have
Correct.
not actually discussed the shopping trip at all.
And we have not yet had the second visit from Sally Sparklehands coming back, or had the chance to relay that she even visited.
Correct. Because
Okay.
her second visit is still 5 hours away.
Okay. But we have long rest. I have looking up what kind of spells I can do. So we're still at this moment split as a party?
No,
No,
we're
you're all
in
currently
the-
here.
Oh,
We're all at home
currently
base
here.
because like me and Cash just came back from the shop.
Gotcha.
Just 2:00 is basically when off.
Gotcha. Okay, then just so since we're doing a long rest thing, for our dear DM, I'm going to prepare my spells. I will do 3 Boo Boo Biscuits, 1 Tasha Surprise, and 1 of my single level 2 spell. You
Okay.
know what it is.
Yep. Is that your first one, or did you save one from yesterday?
This is the first time I
Okay.
have had an opportunity to actually prepare it.
Cool. Okay.
This is my first successful long rest since we leveled up.
Right, because you leveled up, but then didn't have the long rest because you
Didn't have a
leveled
long
up during a
rest.
short rest, so you didn't get to reset, so you didn't have the... Right. Okay. Got it.
Cool. All right. The due diligence of Off the Books has been...
Yay. Okay, so does that mean that we are going to have Cassidius and Luther heading back to talk to the Wallmen? What's next on the plate for you guys?
Well, we haven't finished the discussion about what y'all found at the
Okay.
We haven't talked to them about what we found.
not offhand.
Thank you,
Like,
Rose.
so you got any goodies? You got the things? Any flour, sugar, bacon, chocolate?
Thank you, Noctis.
I know, high hopes. Nothing?
Thank you, everyone else.
Sorry, trying to prepare my spells for the day.
Oh, yes, books the things.
Yeah.
Most important bit was something for a gesture over to Von with my hero. Something not so hit me here, hit me hard.
Luther pulls out a pair of some leather armor and hands it to him.
Leather. That's
We found some very, very, very amazing armor that we could give you. The problem is it would cost us 100,000 gold.
a lot. Not a lot.
A lot.
That armor glowed like the sun. It was so magical that me not being able to cast magic, I could tell the magic by smelling it.
He is telling the truth. He went. Good tell.
And then Cass went and proceeded to piss off the blacksmith who was trying to sell it. So Cass has to go and apologize about that.
Oh, okay.
Where's the blacksmith? Shall I make a cookie? I do very good apology baked goods.
If you want to make apology baked goods, that's probably not a bad idea. It is a dwarf, so bear that in mind.
Dwarf. Oh, rock crickets. Okay, dwarf. Ooh, dwarf. Old dwarf, young dwarf. Mid-age.
So
Luther, make a intelligence check.
Because dwarves, when they're younger, they tend to like sour things. When they get older, they like more of the sweet things.
He is an older dwarf.
An older dwarf.
Yeah, with you made it over 15, so that means that you would know that as a dwarf, if he is claiming to be a master smith, that means he needs at least 100 years experience as a smith, which means he's probably he has to be at least 175, 180 years old.
Okay, so... Okay, I'm gonna be right back. And Twiggy hurries off to go to the kitchen. She's going to make a small cheese quiche for you very quickly. Something simple, but flavorful. 20 minutes, be right back.
Next time we go to see Lothar, we should probably all go. But I do need to stop at Fountain View and ask him where Lothar's shop is. Because he said he has a shop in town. He just doesn't sell inside the walls anymore.
Wait, so he had a shop inside the walls?
Apparently. He said he's the blacksmith inside, he's the best blacksmith inside of the Black Fortress. That's no longer inside the Black Fortress.
But Blaze said we don't go inside the walls. Because inside the walls is like death.
If I remember my conversation correctly with the commander of the watch over there, the inside of the walls is not necessarily death so much.
Oh, just, more devils.
It's more devils, correct. Yeah, you're going from gang fighting like, the Fountain View 5 and the Necroficers and stuff like that, to instead of having them, to going from, Captain Chicken that we fought earlier and the Bone Devil guy and, with a couple others, like, they're all fighting each other in the same general facet. Just bigger forces.
Oh no, it's in-camp politics all over again. That's the worst part of the armies.
Well, in this case, I think we can use that to make, make some headway in getting rid of a few of them. Make our lives easier later.
To make the mess tent just a mess, and not a big mess, but a food mess, and not punchy mess. Like, I had to threaten to take away people's treats.
I don't think threatening to take away their treats is gonna help.
Well,
no,
no,
it was
because
a
they don't know
pretty-
how they don't know how good they are. First, you have to give them the treats, and then you take them away, and then it's too late. They love them too much.
But they might think you're the treat. I mean, they're devils. I don't want them to have any of us as the treat.
Luther, and she will put her hand on either side, like, you have met the Twiggy. You have met the Twiggy. You have smelled the Twiggy. We know Twiggy is not the treat.
I know Twiggy is not a treat. That doesn't mean that the devils we run into don't think Twiggy is a treat or a toothpick, depending on how big they are. We might be bite-sized morsels for them, and you're the toothpick for the afterwards. Okay, Twiggy, I'm gonna be really, really, really real with you about this.
Uh-huh.
I am not spending like 20 gold on a piece of chicken that we could get for like a silver.
Well, no, this is also why you don't give Twiggy the money, because I don't want to spend that on there either. But,
We have food, but I'm trying to make sure you understand the standards of what we're calling food.
Spices, I can make do with things as long as there are things to make do with.
Yes, you are probably going to have to cut bits off. Just be aware. And we would give her the foods and the colander now that we've deprived her of a colander known as Grey's armor.
Okay.
I got stuff. Stash it all in the kitchen, in the larder and things.
Oh, did we tell you we had a guest?
No.
We had a visitor? We've invited her back for later, but she didn't come in. Come
she
in.
carrying the red flag of trade or the black flag of doom or the white flag
I don't
of
know. She had a
surrender?
blue hat of fabulous. She had a tiny little thing. She says her name is Sally Sparkles, and they said that she was good for improving the design and structural integrity and defense. So she was going to come by later and give us a once-over if we want. And oh no, we did have this conversation because I remember that's the point that we.
Right, because when we came back,
Right.
actually, you
Right.
did tell me about this now because I remember because when
We
me
vetted
and
them
Blaze came
with-
back, you talked to Blaze.
Yes, Blaze vetted them. Okay, never mind. Scratch this conversation. All right.
I don't know if you actually.
It's fine.
told
You all
me.
just circled back to it again. It's totally good.
I remember nothing.
Valid. Okay. 3:00 in the afternoon. What's the plan?
Well, you have to go back to Captain What's His Face, right?
Yes, I need to go back to Captain Zaram. That is
Mhm.
how you say his name, correct?
Zaram Adion. Yes.
Zaram. All right.
Because Cassidius would remember.
Yes.
Cassidius would remember. I literally
Right,
have his
because-
name written down.
Beat.
I have the name written down so that I wouldn't forget it, but that absolutely means nothing for pronunciation.
It's
Can
true.
I have a question. Did you invent that button just for me?
No.
No, he absolutely
That's
did not
legit.
invent the button just for you.
It's on the mixture that both Morden and I have one of. So
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to go back by yourself. Do you want
Me
some
and-
company? What are you going to go?
He
This entire
specifically
time-
told me that I
Right.
should bring at least one other person with me. Now I'm gonna need a list of names essentially for this. And just so everybody is aware, when we say a list of names, you can put your name down. It is your real name, that is fine, but no titles, please. For the love of the gods, no titles. No, I am the paladin of the Blasey Blah order from the land of, Blazaville. No, just your name.
But everybody calls me Twiggy.
Yes, so Twiggy is your name, correct?
No.
Oh, okay, so then what's your name?
Well, everybody calls me Twiggy, so they dub me the Twiggy.
Okay. I recommend not standing on the stone dais at any given moment if you do intend to meet Captain Zarek, if you do not want to answer that question.
Okay.
because it was interesting standing on a dais that forces you to tell the truth, or he will absolutely know it's a lie.
Do I immediately recognize that magic?
Well, you're familiar with a Zone of Truth spell,
Okay.
but you are not familiar with any magical item
Item that,
that would
cause that
duplicate
spell.
a Zone of Truth.
Did you see him casting? And this entire time, Cass has been actually sitting at the table and scrawling on just a piece of parchment, writing up something. And he'll kind of like turn around when he hears about this. And did he cast a spell? Did he do anything, or you just stepped up
He
on the
did
platform?
say he was
and-
attuned to it, and it seems as long as he is standing on it and you're standing on it, it's active, I think.
Will it
it
happen
stopped
if he is
being
not
act-
standing on it?
I don't know. I
Was
don't
it
know
ever-
magic like that. Okay, well,
Was it
maybe
was
know a
it
little
visible
bit more
to
than-
you?
It looked like a giant single block of stone that was probably as big as the room that has the little that has the little stage on it over here next to the kitchen.
Would you,
and it was
well-
solid, and that was about it. That's all I really noticed until we both, me, Blaze, and him stepped on it, and all of a sudden he told me that it was a Zone of Truth, and I could not lie, or if I do try to lie, he'll know.
Was there any visible difference when he activated this enchantment?
I
Like,
do
was there a
not
dome or
remember, Cass.
anything?
I'm sorry. I do not have that crazy memory of yours.
Okay.
I was more concerned about what questions he was going to ask me while I was standing on it than
That's fair.
what the thing looked like.
That's fair.
Because thankfully, just to clarify for anybody, if he asks what we're here for, we're here to make a map.
Map we make.
And kill the demons.
He will be 100% happy about it. Because that's kind of what he is asking us to do. Though he will not be happy if, we bring more people from our side of the wall over. Because he doesn't exactly trust them. He kind of trusts us mostly because we got vouched for. And it's only a kind of trust us until we prove ourselves.
And how did we get vouched for? Was it just these guys came in and
Blaze.
what did Blaze say?
That
Is there
we're-
anything that we need to? You said we were making a map, but who are we with? Is there any important details we need to know about?
Really, I did not lie to him at all. I did not try to resist the area that I had stepped in. I may not have told a whole truth. Like, I didn't tell him that we were after the obelisks or anything. I didn't even mention them because Cassidius, as far as I'm aware, one of the main reasons why you're here is that map. So that's what I told her because it seemed like this. He told him, excuse me, because that seems like the safest thing.
Okay.
Blaze vouched for us because we are a unknown entity, for lack of a better word, in this area. We have no affiliation to the demons other than the fact that we want to kill them. So that automatically gives us points in his book. Now, second, correct me if I'm misremembering that statement.
No, all of that seems valid so far.
All right, I just it's one of those.
If you
it's been a
had
week
said
or so.
anything mechanically incorrect, I would have let you know.
Awesome, thank you.
I was
That's-
about to give you more information about whether or not you saw anything active when you were on the dais, but your statement of I was legitimately focused so much on trying to figure out what words to say that I didn't notice makes a lot of sense, so I just stayed quiet.
because Luther might know magic, but he don't know magic that well, and it's just like, Blaze, what did you just have me step on?
Okie doke.
A mimic.
yeah, she
Polly,
had us
what
step on one of
the
those
Polly?
ones. Yeah, Polly want a cracker? No, Polly wants a flesh golem.
Polly's had a flesh golem. She's moved on to crackers.
She's moved on to crackers. But we need to let him know that we will be the Verdant Company. I need to give him a list of names. He did ask that I bring more than just myself this time, so I will take volunteers, except for, Thanath, you're going to wear that leather armor if you're coming with us, or you're wearing your skivvies, whatever it is you normally wear when you're not wearing your armor, as long as it doesn't have, big symbol of please stab me because I'm not affiliated with the demons.
Well, I could just leave my shield behind.
True.
And your armor.
And your armor. Well, didn't we already put the armor through the bag?
No, not yet. That is something that I will, and I'll turn to Van with. I would like. That is actually, and I'll hold up the piece of paper I'm working on. I'm actually writing a response to the Countess, and I would like to include the armor so we can get it looked at.
Okay. Out of curiosity, when they were out looking around, I'd started cleaning the parts up.
Mhm.
Did I find any large robes, anything that might fit me?
Yeah, there's some clothes in here that was previously owned by the Necroficers. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely clothing around, and you're not an unusually sized or shaped human.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the fact that this place had a dozen humans in it, there's got to be something reasonable.
Yeah. Outside of my armor, it would probably be baggy on me.
Well, also remember that, as almost everyone here knows, having worn actual garb, medieval clothing isn't as size-fitting as modern clothing. There's a whole lot of ties and wrapping involved, so there's a lot more leeway.
Everything is belted.
Yeah.
Everything is belted.
And or
Yeah,
loose.
Luther has 2 sets of clothing. Like, if you couldn't find anything, he would have given you one, because he has his dark set of clothing, which is what he wears normally, and then he has just regular civvy clothing.
Well,
Fun.
since I'm just thinking that since a large portion of my training relies on my armor, me in leather armor in a combat situation would probably not be ideal.
Fun.
So-
Use this. Twiggy does have armor. You can't really see it under all the leaves, but she has a scale shirt. She will take it off and hand his scale. It's not nothing. Give the Twiggy the leather and you wear this. And if Twiggy needs to, I have behind you.
Would it fit?
I mean,
Twiggy is
'Enough.
6'6".
yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that you were actually that tall.
You're that tall?
Twiggy
She's a
is
very
tall.
large tree. Only she's very. You never realize she's very tall because she's very bent. I tried to make the dwarven for the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
She's got really long arms, and she's just made herself small, but she is in fact the
So she
size
stood
of a
up
tree.
super tall.
If
She'd
she
be a
wants
tree.
to,
See, I'm over here imagining like a bush person, not a tree.
I was
Yep.
I was under the impression that you were more close to 5 foot.
She's probably about 5'8" or 5'9", but if she actually stood straight, but she's very, Igor shaped. So if she
Yes.
actually stood
Gotcha.
straight, she would be like 6'6".
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to push it and spend a feet point, I could probably argue that her reach from fingertip to fingertip is nearly 7.5 feet because her arms are so exaggeratingly long.
I'm feeling targeted there.
So, but yeah, no, she's huge.
So yeah,
and
so you would be able to, again, there would be gaps, but all of the important things would be covered. I know you know how to wear armor, so yeah, it would work.
yes, she does wear a scale. You just couldn't
Yeah.
see it under the stuff. So if you want her
It's scale
scale,
mail, it's side laced, all the important parts are covered, except for the kidneys.
yeah.
I don't need kidneys.
Well, you're Dustborn, apparently.
You don't need half your
anything
internal
anymore.
organs. Yeah.
Okay. So I take it down.
if one of the many people who control this thing want to take off my
Yeah,
scale and give it to
I'm
him.
gonna do it right now.
There you go. Thank you so much.
So you guys keep
Yes.
talking, and I will adjust.
'Cause
I will adjust
I-
armors.
Yeah, if we're setting my armor back, and I could theoretically use Captain Zydek's armor, and I could just cover it with a robe.
You could, but again, I mean, the choice is yours. You know that the armor very specifically, I mean, his a little bit less because it's older than the order, but the armor does still have certain markings on it.
Certain markings that were hallmarks from beyond the wall,
So,
even
so
if it's not
Van,
your order.
Right, but what I'm saying is I could wear a robe and cover those marks. I could black my shield, put a cover over it.
They would be the shield, yes, because I mean that's just a shield. The armor, it would be harder to notice, but it would still technically be noticeable if somebody knew what to look for and was looking.
so
Oh,
yes.
I'm aware of that.
Okay.
So Van, like I said earlier about our blacksmith friend that we found, I would like to take you to him, mostly because, besides Cass having to go apologize to the guy because Cass is Cass, he, at the very least, looks like he makes decent armor. We can afford some of his pieces. I chose not to buy it mostly because I want to see if I can make a deal.
Okay.
I am by no means going to be able to get the armor that was there that was clearly made out of something that was not steel. I can tell that much because I know what steel looks like. And it looked really ornate and scary, and you would have probably loved it because it was plate mail. And a helmet for the blind, but he said he would throw that in with it.
But that
But,
was the ridiculous monies.
That was the 100,000, and with the 100,000, he would do a free fitting for you. But
Mhm.
if we could go to there and talk to him, potentially, maybe do something for him or bring him something, to do a little bit of, horse trading. As long as he doesn't want to look at the teeth, we might be
Horse
able to
trading?
get you some better armor.
Horses?
No, he doesn't sell horses. It's a figure of speech, Twiggy.
Fine, I'll get my own.
All right.
So as far as I'm aware with horses, most of the time when you have a horse, you use it to fight in combat, and then it becomes food when you start getting hungry. So I don't know if we really want to take a horse, but I might be wrong here.
Not my horse.
Me and animals don't get along too well unless we're hunting, and in which case we get along just perfectly fine, and then Twiggy has everything to go deal with the foodie bits.
all right. So for the sake of, if we're going to go, it would probably be best if I was actually to try armor on.
That is part of the reason why I would
It's
like for you to
essential.
go there.
So
It's
it would
like-
probably be better for me to wear the leather.
Part of the reason why I was saying the leather is because it is my backup armor. It is my armor if you've seen what my, well, actually no, you've actually never seen what my armor looks like because I never keep it as what it normally looks like. But what I'm wearing currently is my regular armor. He's currently wearing what looks like regular clothes. It's not actual armor. But it, like, when he goes and taps it, like, he taps his chest, you hear the sound of him, like, his knuckles hitting hard leather and metal studs. Because the armor just looks like it's clothing, but still has the same properties of his armor. It doesn't actually change anything. So if I made it look like plate mail, it wouldn't clank like plate mail because it's not plate mail. Yes, so if Twiggy actually was doing that, she would be hitting the leather and the leather, studded leather instead of the actual body.
Trixie.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite stories about Cass not knowing he inadvertently helped me take something from the library.
Huh?
Nothing, Cass. Don't worry about
As
it.
he's writing, he just looks up. Wait, what? I what?
What did I do?
Yeah, absolutely nothing, Cass. It was perfectly fine. It might have been the day that there was a lot of smoke in the library and
What did you
stuff
take?
went missing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
The spoon and just Very gently, but still a definite bop. Naughty Foxy.
I'm gonna get fired. And goes back to writing.
You haven't been fired yet.
Cass, you have a
But
+1 on your next roll.
Woo!
the library was fired.
Thank you, Thomas.
The library was definitely fired at one point, and he was
Very
involved.
fired.
And they didn't absolutely fire him for that.
Gray, you have a multitude of armor options listed on your character sheet, so you can swap to whichever ones you want.
Yeah, given that we're going to go and potentially get plate armor, I would end up which this one. I would end up wearing the leather.
Okay,
But
then I will
thank
put
you.
Twiggy back to scale
Yeah.
Okay.
and delete the leather off that card.
Okay.
So first course of action I think we should do is go talk to Commander Zaram. I'm gonna say his name wrong like at least 3 more times. I know it. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
And give him the list so that we can get our papers. That, if I remember correctly, that'll allow us to move around with really no issue with the guard, for the most part, as long as we're not doing anything too stupid. Cass, sticky fingers, Cass. I'm supposed to be sticky.
Why are you
fingers
talking
Luther.
about me again?
There's something to do with a ring that I remember, slightly, sorta, that you may or may not have been caught while playing with.
Get caught by my own party.
I mean, yes.
Fair enough.
What? How much money do we have?
We have 3 coppers to our name because of you. Oh wait, never mind. We have.
I would like to, in his head, just scream really loudly, just so only
fair.
he hears it. And it's almost like a mental slap. You want to do that again?
Going to stab you.
No stabbings.
Twiggy, he's threatening me.
Yes.
What did you do?
And you're yelling.
Nothing. Look at me. Have I done anything? He just said he's gonna stab me. I've done nothing.
He doesn't threaten to stab people unless they've done something. So what did you do?
You are watching me. I couldn't do anything.
Yes, but you were tricksy.
I'm as straightforward. I am literally an open book.
Deception roll.
Echo.
You are an open book,
Ace
and like I'm a
deception
closed
roll.
one.
I go and change while they're talking, and I walk out laughing.
Fair enough.
Deception. Hold on. Where is it?
Yeah,
Where
it's the
is
skill that you have a negative in.
it?
Yeah.
It was 6, but I still got a 12. Oh,
I got
Okay.
a 20. Well,
Nice.
technically a 21
You,
because that uses
you're
up
you're
the
pretty
point.
sure that Cass actually didn't do anything.
Echo. Did he do anything?
You're blaming Echo? And
No,
I'll
I'm
pull my-
asking Echo.
No, Echo. I'll turn around, and Echo's just chilling there, passed out
Yep.
at this point.
Yeah, it's daytime. Echo's just.
Echo's
leave me
just-
alone.
Echo is like Luther was a couple sessions ago.
Yeah.
Right. Echo is awake when I need him to be awake during the day. Otherwise, he's out.
Okay.
All right. So
Because
can we-
as a spirit, he doesn't actually need to do bat-like things, but in the form of a bat, his natural inclination is to do bat-like things.
Right.
So,
Okay. So
we
you're gonna go talk to the guard. Who do you want to go with you? Anybody will go. I don't think we should all go, but
Any one person can come with me to the guard. Oh, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me. Though I wonder who would actually be the best person to take with me. Maybe,
Echo.
yeah, Echo would be the safest bet.
Echo's
but-
the only one, the person who can't
Echo's the
talk.
only one who can't f up a zone of truth. Echo is the best person to take with you.
Second, because I'm
Yeah.
finishing up this letter.
Mhm.
So Emily, or the Countess,
Yeah.
signed it in service of truth. Is that what all archivists, or is that specifically her shindig.
That's pretty much hers.
Okay.
So Van, you want to go meet the commander of the watch? You two, I think, will get along. They're both like straightforward warrior soldier people-ish. So,
Okay.
the exact opposite of me normally, and I don't like having conversations.
Okay, I'll go.
Because then we can, hit Fountain View along the way and ask about Lothar's shop and see if we can figure out where that is, so that we can head to there right afterwards.
Yeah, I can pick up Captain Zydek's sword as well. And
You've been holding on to his sword. Wasn't his sword like special or something like that? And you just like weren't you just using your regular old sword?
The sword is probably still at Fountain View in the room that you guys were sleeping in, because he hadn't attuned to it yet. So he grabbed the sword that he was used to using for the fight.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
those
All
of
right.
us that aren't, so you're taking Ben with, right? 5.
Yes, I'm taking Van with me.
Okay, so Twiggy,
Yeah.
do you want to stay here, hold down the fort? I would like to go back to the Fountain View 5. I can pick up your sword. I can pick up kind of anything we have left. And if you all agree with me, which I hope you do, I would really like to buy that box from them. I believe that box could be very helpful in regards to understanding what is going on in these lands. Like understanding, I mean, we have the notes, we have the ring, I feel like that is an integral part of this puzzle.
It is a puzzle box.
It is
Sensible.
a box. And I would
Okay, so the
and-
monies had been stored. Van had half. Fox had half.
and I
How
believe
much?
Luther, I believe, as far as I know, you are pretty good at appraising these sorts of items. Is there any chance you have an idea of how much we should offer them? Obviously, we might want to offer them a little bit more than it probably costs, just to kind of nudge it a little bit in our favor.
I am going to tell you that at one point I had that written down, and I no longer do because it was an item that I did not.
Right.
Do you
You're not
remember what the
taking-
description was?
I thought it was a small stone puzzle box.
It was a puzzle box, I think, that had gems and stuff.
The closer you can get to the description, Luther or Morden, the better chance you have of remembering what the what you had appraised it at.
I remember what you said, but I don't know if you ever told Twiggy.
Hang on.
Well,
Luther
Twiggy,
probably
you also
wouldn't.
would have been there looking at it. So if you remember what was said, you can give him the description.
Try to see if I can pull up my notes.
Was a puzzle, some kind of gemstone puzzle box that had dwarven markings on it, I think.
Very good. Make a. What did we say we wanted to use for appraisal? What did we
I
say
think
last
an
time?
investigation, wasn't it?
Yeah, do an investigation roll.
It was the dwarven thing, yes? We have met the dwarf. If we don't have any success with dwarven puzzle
13.
box, or it
It's better
turns out
than
to
a 10.
simply be
You had appraised it at 330 gold.
In my head, I was remembering somewhere around 400, so that sounds about right.
Cool.
So do we want to offer 350, 375? I just, again, I even if this is me spending my share of the money, I think it will be worth it personally. So if I have to use up my air quote share of the
Van,
money,
how
I
much
will,
money do you have?
if we don't think this is a party investment.
35 gold, 250 silver, and 1250 copper.
So then I'm going to imagine that I walked away with the pot, for lack of a better
There's a shock.
word.
Yeah, we definitely we agreed to have you keep more of the coin, if I remember right. because there was some platinum in there.
Yeah, I got 40 platinum, 640 gold, and like 2,500 silver, or 300 silver, and a bunch of copper. So, Cass, if you want to try and get that box, probably wouldn't go over 400.
And I'm sorry, how much do we have total?
600 in just gold pieces, 643.
And we said 300 gold or 375 gold. Ooh.
It's like 300. I'm thinking it's around like 330 going
All
up.
right, so
to
that's a little bit more than my share. Divided that in the big number in four,
Cass,
it's a
I'm
little
also
bit more.
holding
so-
on to 40 platinum pieces.
Okay.
Be aware of that. It's another
a
like
significant
400
amount, yeah.
gold or so.
So
We
But
can.
I was getting the box. I wanted the box too, but box.
okay. So we're all
Basically,
good with
because of the
doing
ring
this.
situation, we got a choice of either the box
ring
or
or
the
the
ring.
box. Well,
So-
hopefully we can get both. So is everyone on board with this purchase? Venwith?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I would like to go back and see if we can barter that off with them.
I mean, since we really don't know what's going on, I mean, and anything and everything could be useful item.
And Luther has given Cassidius the gold. Yeah.
Would DM
Yeah.
would Cass know either A, would he know the price of spell scrolls, or B, would he know that Luther could appraise a spell scroll?
Both.
Okay. Can
You
I
might
try
get different
to
answers, but you would know approximately what scrolls cost per level.
Okay, so one of our first situations of looting, the first loot pool we got that we did the identify back at Fountain View, we got a scroll of Tasha's Caustic Brew.
I know that
I've already checked with Twiggy. Twiggy says she already knows that.
Mhm.
So Cass does not want it. So I
Okay.
would like to see if I can appraise it, and then I would also like to ask Luther's appraisal as well to almost see if our prices line up or where I should shoot, because I might even try to barter that in
It's
to lower
a
the gold
first
price.
level scroll. You know that it's probably that it's going to be 100 gold, give or take 20, depending on the spell and
Okay.
how valuable the spell is.
Okay. So I'm gonna pull out the scroll and say, so I do have this. It is a spell scroll. I've already checked with you, Twiggy. It's for the Caustic Brew. We've already discussed this. You already know how to produce this. I do not find this as a necessity for my own. This seems like it could be rather easy to come across if I would like to add it to my repertoire. So
I teach you how to make it. It's easy.
So I would like to almost throw this into a betting pool or add it to this transaction to possibly keep some of the actual gold.
Yeah. The only issue that you may run into, Cass, is I do not think any of them there. Well, Blaze might be able to use it, and maybe Alexander, but I don't know if they're gonna value that very high, because it may from a shop sell for like 100-ish gold or so. But like if you brought that to me and told me like, hey, how much would you buy this for? I'd be like, I'll give you 20 gold for it.
Right, because you're not able to use it. Now,
Right.
if
And
remember
I also,
correctly-
even if I could use it, I wouldn't find it as useful as stabbing someone.
So,
That's also not to detract from, that particular spell. It's more just, stabby guy trying to point out you're talking to people who are more like stabby guy.
It's still not a bad idea. Have it, and this, and then because you're done with the bargain, you go, and I'll throw in this. and if they want it, that's cool. If not, you get rid of it. It's okay. We are people that they want to be friends with, and they are people we want to be friends with. Sweeten pot respectable. Also,
Okay.
don't worry. If things go really, they don't want to get rid of the box. We haven't really finished the up and the downs of this place. We've looked at it good, but there might be more here we can find, or more in the later. If anything comes down to it, even just asking them, please don't sell the box. We want to get something for the box. Eventually, we'll know where the box is.
There's a set of stairs over here that we haven't gone down.
I'm a little worried about those set of stairs.
Oh, Cassidius, you seemed like you were kind of interested in this gem. I pull out the gem that was carved to look like crystallized flame. So that's why I picked it. I don't have any use for it.
Sure, I'll take it. That was something that did not show up magical, correct? That
Correct.
was just a
Correct.
mundane.
Yes.
It's
I'll take it.
It's a smoky black crystal thing, right? The color was dark.
That was nope. That was the sleeping or the
That was
dragon
the orb.
gem.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, I'll take it.
There's black dragon stuff everywhere around here. It's so much of it.
Fair enough. Later on, I'll probably just
For what reason?
with a twine
Morning, because I
or
know you have the
something.
link. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. Either click the Streamloots tab or Warden, you can throw up a link real quick.
With probably just some twine or something. I'll attach it to my spellbook because it looks cool.
Okay.
Okay, so I will go back to Fountain View
Thank
5. I will put I will get the sword. Does anybody else remember anything we left there?
Captain Zydek's armor was there also.
So the armor, the sword. Can I have the armor that we are sending back before you leave?
Yeah, I carried it back.
Yeah,
in.
he's already
I
out of it,
switched to
so-
the leather.
Okay. So
You
I
could
will
literally be stuffing it into
I
the...
will start.
Yeah.
So I will fold up the letter I've written, which is in the
Okay.
folder.
Yep.
I will put the letter in first, lay it flat in there, and then put the armor pieces on top. And then by the way, second, we haven't gotten there yet,
Okay.
but when we do, that other letter will just be in my character notes folder,
Okay.
the one you already know about.
Yep.
So, Cass.
Yes.
We should probably meet you at Fountain View, and then head to Lothar's shop. Because I need to talk to them anyway about where Lothar's shop is. Or you can head to, ask them where Lothar's shop is, and we'll meet you, closer to the gate.
And just so I'm aware, you're saying Lothar, right? Lothar type of deal?
Correct.
Okay. And help remind the player who was Lothar?
The dwarf-
Lothar is the runesmith that
He was the dwarf.
one that made the armor.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm going to be part of the reason why I'm taking Vaneth with me is that we're going to go there to try and get him some armor, and also maybe work out a deal to try and get something a little bit better than that chainmail, which was the only thing we could afford.
So was he did he say he had a different shop that we're trying to find?
He said that he had a shop that everybody knew about it and just ask around.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
he
if
only
he's not
came
at the
to
market-
set up a
If he's
stall
not at the
sometime.
market stall, he's at the shop. Okay, I'm understanding
Right.
what you're saying. That's right. Sorry. Okay. Then
I have made my little cheese souffle thing. I'll give it to Van with him like, yeah, it's a good little cheese. It is in fact a very creamy one, and I can't just make one. I've made one for everybody. I've had a long rest. It is creamy stuff. So skill checks all around, pluses.
awesome.
Good. Thomas,
I
thank
lied.
you very much for subscribing on Streamloots. I don't know what that does because that's new, but Keen, thanks.
I believe you can set up certain things that only subscribers get and all that sort of
Oh,
stuff.
nice. Okay.
Sorry, I just
Okay.
lied. Cream sauce is ability scores, not skill checks.
So,
Okay.
which one did you want? Did you specifically want creamy or did you specifically want skill checks? Didn't hear that.
These
Try
scores
again.
are things
There
like
you go.
making things. Like, so the blacksmith would go, oh, I've got an extra edge on my blacksmithing right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, then that's the one I was going for because, if he's a master blacksmith, that might be
Okay.
what he wants.
Cool.
So, trying to make it attractive for him.
Okay.
But we
So we're
were
doing-
getting it too, because I was cooking.
So it's skill checks is the
Ability checks.
Ability
check.
checks, not skills.
and is it advantage? I apologize, or was it just
Plus
a
one.
Plus
flat
one.
bonus?
Plus one.
Plus one.
Just
Okay.
flat one.
It's like getting a +2 to your ability.
Thomas
score.
S2
I'm
has
just gonna throw
purchased
that
30
in.
packs.
Oh god, that moved us all.
Thank
Sorry.
you, Thomas.
I'm gonna throw that in chat just so it's there.
Yay.
What did Thomas do? What did he burn us with?
Nothing yet, but he bought packs.
Gotcha. All right, so
He bought he bought fun time cards.
No, dear.
So Twiggy,
Yes.
are you
Twiggy's
going
staying
to?
here.
Twiggy's staying here. Okay.
Well, Twiggy is expecting Sparkle Hands to come back, and now, ooh! Somebody leave some money with Twiggy.
So
Spoon has 2 fate points now. Thank you.
Oh, yay, Spoon!
Oh my god.
So Twiggy, let
Yes.
me ask you a question.
Yes.
When are we supposed to be meeting with Jazz Hands? I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Sparkle Hands.
Sparkle Hands. I don't recall if there was time.
Because I believe Second had said earlier it was like you were like 5
7:36.
hours. 7:36. Okay.
Yes, it was very specific. So, yes. So, they'll be here eventually, but in case anybody else comes knocking, I will knock back if I need to. I have Spoon.
And
But, yeah, somebody give 40 gold. I don't know why. I said retainer just in case Sparkle Hands, you all don't come back yet and, put money down on stuff. You all better come back. Better come back. None of this not coming back.
Come
Or
back.
you really will
Okay,
be in a
okay.
pickle. Mm.
Thank you, Sadie.
would it a second?
hmm
I have a question.
I may have an answer.
Here.
Would I know if if I cast something on somebody, would I know if that goes away? Probably not, right?
No, only if you had maintained concentration,
No, and it's not a okay.
because then you
so
would
it's
know
not a
that you were no
concentration.
longer maintaining concentration.
Concentrating on it. Okay. Okay, so then this is not something that would work. I was thinking about giving you an effect. And hoping that I would notice if it dropped, but I don't think I would notice if it drops, Twiggy, so that plan is out the window. I believe I will be only kind of a short distance from here. All I'm doing
I
is
don't
going
have to
back
get to Fountain View.
so-
If everything goes make like a tree and leave, I'll go back to Fountain View. It's okay.
Okay. And I'll be right back. All I'm doing is going, picking stuff up, buying the box, and coming right back.
Yeah. You gotta go do your own. Sorry. I'll be in the kitchen. Very dangerous place to confront Twiggy into the kitchen. Don't want to do it.
Don't know why, but that is a terrifying thought trying to fight.
Have you ever thought about, like, never mind.
I have lots of thoughts. Most of them are very, very, very.
That was about to be a cast question.
It
Okay,
was-
shoot.
that's-
I
You go.
can't
Go,
find
go,
my
go, 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 go,
magic
go, go,
item
go, go.
tables.
Twiggy's literally going to start shooing
Like,
people
they
out the
should
dang
just.
door.
Oh, never mind. I have it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good enough. He won't ask his question.
He learns.
He is distracted at the moment. He has not learned not to ask the questions. He is just distracted. It'll be quite a while before he figures that part out. Oh, this might not be a question I should be asking.
Ooh.
So if we all has our plans, I think we should start walking to the gate. And Van, if you don't have your since we're not taking your shield, you could probably find something here. Just like
Twiggy has a
You know-
shield.
just take the door, just take one of the doors and walk around with that. You'll be fine.
Oh, Twiggy has a shield.
It's a
Oh,
frying
that's-
pan,
I
but
would
it's
leave-
still a very perfectly functional shield.
I can leave the shield behind.
Okay, though.
Oh yeah, I would follow Luther.
Okay, doke. So Luther and Vanwath are leaving. Cassidius, are you going with or after?
What are you planning on doing, Twiggy, while you're here? Do you have stuff you plan on doing?
You have time for a little question. Trying to cook up a new thing. I just have a little question.
Okay.
Okay, just you and me, and we're the magic bills and everything else like that. Okay.
Okay.
Working on a new little recipe. So, when you got with the big, I know it's a big to do and the big ritual thing. When you got Echo, was there any particular flavors involved with that? Was it a savory kind of moment? Was it something a little more flambé? I don't know. I want to know more.
We're basically inviting you to.
I do understand. Okay. I was curious if he was gonna understand, like, pick up anything, but he does.
Well, you have seen her grimoire, her cookbook, and you've looked at it. You're like,
this is hard. I'm not usually able to. I'm not a flavor. I would say you're creating a connection, so I would say maybe savory because it lasts a while. Maybe sweet because you're trying to create a friendship between you and this individual, the spirit. Yeah, I would say mostly on the savory side, just because again it's kind of like this permanent connection between you and this it's a tie between you and this fake creature.
Were you trying to do like wafty smell things?
Yeah, you sit there and you kind of like you get this little brazier going and you get some
It's like
essences and you're like going up and like trying to waft the smoke in the air. So maybe even like a little bit of smoky.
So aromatics important for
Yeah,
the smell.
aromatics. Yeah, we do a lot of.
Okay.
I use a lot of charcoal and. Hold on. Where the hell is that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I use like charcoal and incense and herbs. So like things that are very smelly. Very smelly. Yeah.
Add some
yeah.
tail for some
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
Because I got a spell I'm gonna try.
Okay,
It's gonna be a new recipe.
I believe in you.
Okay, thank you for the insight. Okay, you can go now. Okay, thanks, bye.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Okay, thanks,
He's
bye.
gonna walk out and just. I just talked to a tree about creating food. What the heck? And he's just gonna walk out.
Okay.
He has no
So-
idea what's going on.
Gonna close that. I am going to switch to the Fountain View map.
Oh, we're going with me first.
You are the closest. We have to pass Fountain View to get to the gate.
And I will have perfect recollection of how we were taken here.
Yep.
And so I will return exactly how we came in hopes that that is the most hidden, so I'm not seen.
I was actually, you know what? I can do that right now. We'll do it live.
Because it only, it only stays up for a moment, so it's
Yeah.
not like it's really blocking chat.
Actually, my plan is to change it so that they can all have an audible component. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
It's where he gets the, monster kill. Like, kind of add on to the cards.
There we go.
This is a loot that never ends.
I mean, it really is. All right, so we're gonna.
This is where the break happens. In
I mean-
tubes.
Unintentionally.
I mean, it's not that bad a place to break.
You're gonna use up your entire list right now.
I might,
Although the rolling of dice is just such an ominous sound.
especially when you can't see what they are.
Yep.
It's just GM rolling dice in the background. No reason to be concerned. That was for Grays. Just for clarity. Okay, so you have set off to are the three of you going together to small encounter? Got it. Are the three of you going together to
My understanding is I was going to Fountain View. Those two are going somewhere else, right?
well,
Yes,
Yep.
but they have to go by
to go
Fountain
by
View to
Fountain
get
View,
there.
so I was trying
if
to
you
figure
guys
out
wanted
if
to
you
go
were-
that far together,
exactly.
I would be fine with that.
Yeah, like me and Gray, me and Vaneth started walking first, but like
it
I'd
did
probably
stay behind
have
for a
to
small
catch up.
could have
conversation.
literally could have caught up on it.
Yeah,
Very
I'd probably
quickly.
hurry up to catch up to you.
Okay.
Now, as we're walking, so how long do you guys plan on being gone?
I am hoping that this interaction is as quick and dirty as possible.
I can make sure it's dirty. That's not a problem.
My question, I guess, is I don't want to leave Twiggy there alone. I mean, we just took this outpost over. Plus, there's still a lot I want to learn about what is there. I'm trying to decide. My task is probably going to take me at most 15 minutes. So, do I head back or do I wait for you guys and head back all together? I'm assuming I probably just want to head back because you'll be easily longer than 30 minutes, right?
It's going to take us a little bit to get to the wall.
Yeah, so I'll just
So
what I'll do is, unless you hear from me, I will just head back. That way it's 2 and 2, so that way we're not leaving anyone on their own.
Cass, you seem to be under the misunderstanding that you are left alone at any given time. I mean, you have an echo.
That's fair. I do have an echo, and I do have something in my head, but she's been awfully quiet lately, so don't
I'm
know if
pretty
they're
sure
there.
she's just, tapping her foot and kicking you in the back of the head, telling you to move faster.
There was
Of course
definitely a
it is.
loot gnome going on, yes. Oh, that's what I should use for the picture for that card rather than the chest.
was a loot gnome.
I can use loot gnomes.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh, that's such a good shout!
That is a classic shout.
Loot gnome. The
That's
original
a,
Loot
that's a
Goblin.
shout that's older than Ace, which is why he doesn't get the reference.
Right.
That was a shout from back when gnome was a class.
It's true. Okie doke. So I'm going to close that window for a moment. I don't even know what all the things I rolled was, but I know they're going to be in the chat log, so it's okay.
Yeah. You have lots of things in the chat.
And
One of them in particular, I'm waiting to see what happens with.
right?
Well, a couple of them in particular, but one that caught my interest because it's all in bold. This cannot be good.
Woo! Thank you, Rose. I'm probably gonna need it.
For the conversation you're about to have with Cass's way of talking, you're gonna need it.
Yes, I am.
There's a reason why
You
gave-
never.
Luther gave you and Twiggy money, and he's going, okay, and that's gone, and I ain't ever gonna see it again.
You ain't seen a penny.
Not one shiny copper.
Okay. All right, so let's make sure I hide this off camera, of course. Because we sure don't want anybody to accidentally see what that chart looks like. All right, so before we go on, we're going to end there. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. Please be a good werewolf, like and subscribe. And if you're watching this on Twitch, we're going to be continuing on in probably about 2 minutes. So, I want to thank everybody for coming in. I want to thank all of our players for tonight. Lost Without a Trace, Scorched Ace 97, who's busy typing furiously, Greymane Gaming, more than 56. I want to thank everybody that was in chat, and also everyone that did all of the funds with the stream loots. There will be more of those coming, and the results of those will be coming probably in the next episode. So, thank you all very much. I hope you had fun. We're probably running a couple minutes over, so we're going to do this the quick way, and we're going to do a crazy wave, and I will talk to you all again soon. Bye!